Let's take a look at the headless service type, and we've already had exposure to this a couple times, but let's talk about it one more time. A headless service is a service with no cluster IP address. A headless service does not provide load balancing or proxying. So the idea is you have a cluster, you have a kind, which is cluster. So even though we don't specify, it is still a cluster IP kind, but we are specifying cluster IP none. Okay, so that's what makes it headless. So headless are useful when you are dealing with a stateful application, so like reads and writes, and you need the writes to go to a specific pod. So here is a diagram that is different from the one that we saw earlier, but makes the point clear, where you have the headless service. It's pointing to a pod, and the way it works is the naming is based off of the pod and the service. So if you have pod 1, it's called that. And then the headless service called hserve, that's going to be the DNS record that you use. Headless services need to manage network identity for or of the stateful pods by assigning a DNS record to each pod so you can route traffic to a DNS host name. So there you go.